Alright guys, let's do this here. Alright, let's check this out. Let's see what's going on in the market here. Let's see what we can do here. If we can spark something up. I'm feeling a lot better today, so just because I'm feeling better, dude, like I'm starting to I think we're gonna have a really good week. Uh right now, FOMC meeting in minutes. What we could do is kind of just lower inflation needed. Okay, let's look at what the report says. Man, this light right here is crushing me right now. Give me a second. All right, let's take a look at this here real quick. Let's see this. Okay, lower inflation needed before many officials will support rate cuts. Okay, what did the Fed say? A vast majority of the 19 participants. Long story short, okay, they're still looking for lower inflation. That's interesting. That had to affect a lot of what's going on with the Fed right here, right? Look here, probabilities 947. Didn't really change too much. It went from like 51 52 last session to the same session right now, which is interesting. Record high uncertainty. This right here is actually pretty bad for markets here. Okay. This should push markets downward for sure. Other than that, no news. So let's take a look here. What's going on with Dixie? All right, Dixie actually, interestingly enough, broke through this area that I was looking at. Indecision area of complete break of structure. We could have Dixie now continue on this uptrend here to the rise, right? Meaning more uncertainty and, most importantly, bigger market drops. Okay, we'll trade this tomorrow morning. But basically, a pull down to, let's look at the indecisional area. This area here specifically also is interesting for Dixie. We'll have maybe a brief relief rally. And then a shot from there, right? Second, guys, I'm just finding some. Okay, so I'm looking at, obviously, this thing here to fall back down. Run an extension to the upside here. Interesting enough, even today you had markets rally here. Based on that bigger order block, right? Messy day in markets today. Wait 1 second, guys. Yeah, today, I mean, pretty easy buy though today. Break of the Asian range, pull back to the 50%. Wow, today was a really good trading day. Yesterday was a shitty trading day, but today, I mean, this was like prime money-making move here. Probably have an indecision area here to the left. Yeah, you do. Profit taking on the 4.14, and you have that indecision right here. What an easy day to trade today. Shit. There you go, bingo. Right there. I mean, it is what it is. Tomorrow we're gonna look for more trades. Sometimes, guys, I am gonna switch my schedule. I was trying to switch for it last week, but I got really sick, guys. I got like a really bad, who knows what it was. For 5 days I was sick, and then I got sick again on Monday. My eye like had a bacterial infection, so I was just told to like rest for a little bit here, you know. But we will continue, so it's completely fine, you know. Give me a second, guys. I mean, right now I'm looking for buys. To be brutally honest and realistic, I'm looking for more buys. I can expect price structure, since it was broken very properly. Like, we can expect price to just move to a higher high here. So even this impulse move and pull back here, you can expect price to kind of reject this zone here. Keep moving higher. And even overnight, like, swipe of liquidity, break of the Asian range, and we want to see a continuation here. That's kind of what we're aiming for. So with SPX, you know, I think looking for 69.20 isn't a bad predicament, you know, here in the long term. Now, again, one thing that does worry me a little bit, just because we have incongruent kind of price action, is we are going to see a pullback here with Dixie, right? How far of a pullback we get is going to dictate where SPX goes. So what I could see happen is, you know, tomorrow we have a pullback, markets go up, right? And then from there, SPX, you know, rises, and then long-term falls after, right? That's what I would expect. Bro, my computer's freezing from all the stuff that I have opened up right now. Give me a second, guys. This is crazy. Okay, so that's kind of what I expect with that. Let's look at NOS. Similar structure here. Very easy setup today. I wish we traded live today. That would have been beautiful, right? Pullback, break of the Asian range, continuation trend. Incredible, right? So
It's not who you are underneath.
What I'm looking for is an extension here, a pullback, and a run to the upside here, right, for tomorrow. So I'm expecting NOS to also be bullish for tomorrow. So look for buys tomorrow on NOS. Russell, kind of the same thing, right? This is crazy. See, Russell, I said the same thing. I'm looking for a break, pullback, then we're gonna look for a buy. What happened yesterday's on Tuesday, Tuesday morning, it happened, right? Everything we predicted happened. Now, obviously, same thing for futures, kind of the same concept here. We're looking for buys. Just short-term buys, guys. I don't think the SPX and NOS are gonna buy forever. We're gonna come to these order blocks. And then most likely we're gonna have a big sell. My kind of expectation here is that the Dixie looks like it's bullish long-term, but it needs to pull back. We need to have a relief rally. Right. Bond yields going down is not good. This is actually very bearish. We've maintained pretty decent yields, but that means the stocks of bonds are going up, and it basically means that bonds are bearish. I mean, bonds are bullish, which is bad for price action, which means markets are bearish here. All right. Go to the 8-hour internal or external selling zones. We have to be careful here. We don't want to see bonds going bearish like this. The fact that it broke this structure is like very interesting. It could still, we could still see a huge rise and rally here. Just very curious on why particularly it did that, you know? Let's look at gold. So gold had a nice rally today, and if you look at this, it's still in order flow. This thing is following a beautiful order flow, right? And we're seeing it play out in live time here. Like this impulse move here, and then we've had order flow for the solid since like when till for a solid now 7 days, 7 trading days. So that's almost about a week and a half of order flow, right? Crazy. So what does this mean next? Yesterday I did say I wanted to see a buy here, but only if I saw something in particular, and that was a break of the structure here. And today, earlier, I saw some guys, so shout out to some of the guys in the trading chat, in the trade results chat. I'm going to shout you guys out because I saw a lot of people win today and make some money today trading with obviously some of the strategies here that I've provided. Today was a really good day. You did have a little bit of a pullback even earlier, but trading this with VWAP just alone today was super simple and easy. Around 7 to 8 a.m., right? Catching that continuation. So excited to see, obviously, everybody kind of eating off this, and most importantly, just following the basics, right? Like, it was very clear yesterday when I was talking about internal structure on the 1 hour and 2 hour, I said, guys, hey, look, if we get a break even on the 1 hour structure here, like this area tomorrow, we're going to look for a pullback and we're going to buy. And that happened around London session. We had the pullback here and then the execution to the upside, which was amazing, right? Around 7, like 6 a.m. that time. So this was really, really good. You know, obviously now you have mitigations happening. Profit taking. This might actually create another low, you know, like at this current moment, like it might create another lower low here. So at this point, this thing might continue on its on its descension, because it didn't break this structure. Look at this, it never broke. Right, so this structural point right here, see that? It never broke it. So we might even come back down here, maybe push one more time, but I think there's a real possibility here that if we have enough momentum, this thing can come down here, potentially push to the upside, but depending on news tomorrow, most likely this thing might retest lows here, swipe some liquidity, and then move to the upside here. I'm curious to see how this reacts, particularly in this internal buying zone. And if I get a confirmation tomorrow, do expect me to most likely buy, right? After this imbalance gets filled. Some people call it fair value gap or whatever they want. Copper kind of giving me the same thing. Breaking structures to the low. Our USD CAD trade did great, right? Because Dixie, again, like Dixie moving to the upside, CAD's moving to the upside. What I'm looking for right now is some sort of most likely pullback. Now, I want to be careful here because Dixie is going to turn around, and so is USD CAD. So we might have some sort of pullback for this particular zone here, and then another re-extension to the upside here. You know, so we are going to see a pullback. That's for sure. You know, that's certain. And I'm kind of waiting to see it. Been just breaking structure lows. I've been calling some sells here. I mean, the sell came earlier today too. You saw that, right? Super simple sell. Today was really, really good for trading. What I'm going to do is, again, I'm going to start trading Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, New York sessions, and then only VIP at night. But the problem here that I'm having was that I was just really sick when I was trying to do that. So I wasn't able to wake up that early, because I was in bed till like 11 o'clock and I went to bed at like 11. Crazy. So I'm going to start doing that here. I'm looking for AU to like continue on its order flow and probably come back down here. AU is going to come back down to this. It's an order flow, consistent order flow here. So I'm going to see it do its order flow and then run to the upside here. Let's look at crypto here. There's some nice setups. I'm actually really excited about this because last couple days have been like really annoying and really boring. You haven't really seen anything play itself out really that well. Now we're seeing some stuff play. funny how, yeah, this thing's gonna pull back and probably fall. Crypto's not looking good at all, dude. Not at all. Especially with market uncertainty, like just running and rising, it's breaking structure after structure. Like, look at all the daily structural points that it's broken. Like, we have this daily structure, this daily structure. I mean, this order block even here. And you see it continuously. Like, this thing is going down most likely here. You know? Excluding Bitcoin, we're looking at alts to see another like dump. 15 to even potentially 34. I'll give you BTC, my advice on BTC. Wow, I can't believe BTC is this low. I thought we'd have some type of relief rally here. Right? Yeah, I don't even think we're gonna have a pullback to this 8-hour zone that I was thinking about earlier. Like this daily zone, it doesn't even look like there's enough volume to push us back here. Maybe, but I think there's gonna be a big move down on Bitcoin eventually. If SPX stays bearish, we don't see some type of movement here soon. Because what I could see with SPX long term is this here on the daily. Since we're in this crunch, I'm a little worried here. Because yes, I could see SPX come here, mitigate, and then fall. If we get even anything close to a 5% dump on SPX, which is a healthy retracement, that would be catastrophic for crypto. You would see Bitcoin dump. That dump there would dump Bitcoin to like easily to the weekly level. And most likely it would break it because of all the liquidity sweep hiding here. It would go back most likely to like 40K. Then 40K I'd want to buy. I think you have 3 waves to the downside. You have the classic Elliott wave and accumulation theory. The rise and fall of Solana needs to be studied, man. Because Solana, if Bitcoin still has more to go, expect Solana to come either to this zone or lower. MSRT, dude, wow. Nvidia's holding up strong, which is holding up the US economy. So is, I mean, Apple isn't too bad either. It's kind of just trending. Amazon doesn't look good at all. Amazon looks like it broke fucking structure. Huh. The good thing is Amazon has a lot of price discrepancy gaps from bank selling. So price has to come back up here before we have any sell-off on Amazon. So Amazon's actually a good buy here. Price has to at least retrace 19% before we have a dump on Amazon. A lot of price discrepancy. Meta's all over the place right now. Still has to dump a little bit lower. All markets are down tremendously now. You're noticing that, right? %28 Microsoft. Let's look at Coinbase. High risk assets are really getting destroyed right now. Curious to see what happens here with gold. Very curious. Considering the fact that February is bullish here, we should see some run up here with gold. We should see some more bullish movement with gold. All right, guys. Appreciate y'all. Love y'all. And I will see you guys tomorrow morning. Have a good one. Peace.